If you didn't know, recently I got a new bullet journal, which means today we'll be setting it up. I will show you which pages I decided to do and not do and why. My new one is not the exact same size as my previous one, so as you will see, spoiler alert, there will be some struggles. Without further ado, let's do it! This is my old bullet journal and this is my new one. As you can see immediately, there is a size difference. This one is almost A5 and this one is bigger. I don't know exactly what you would call the size, but yeah. I think they have the same ratios, which should make setting up the pages relatively easy. But as you will see, some pages did give me a problem, but you will see how I overcame that. We are going to use my old one as comparison because I did do more or less the same pages in the new one as in the old one, but I did change some things and I will show you that. So my old bullet journal always had index on the first page, but it always seems like I never actually use it and I basically don't need it at all. I don't know why I keep making it. So in my new one, I skipped this page completely. I did add something that was not in here previously because I got the idea from someone on YouTube. I honestly cannot remember their name, but I think I saved their video, so I will probably link it in the description if I don't forget. But the idea they gave me is to put like a pull-out calendar like this, because when I set up my other pages, I can easily have this open like this and I can reference it when I'm making my new theme. And I made this not really super pretty because I couldn't bother. I just printed this out. It was the easiest way, especially because I wanted this to be kind of small, and I know this doesn't probably seem as small, but I just wanted it to be smaller, and because of that I didn't want to write these numbers down because they would be super tiny. It would be super hard to make them, so I decided to just print it. And it's not super pretty, but whatever. So one of the first pages here is this kind of future log. I think I saw it on Instagram from one of my online friends, Plantovanie, and I don't know where she saw it though, but basically how this works is you write the months on top of here, and then you can use the lines here to fill out which month you have to do something. I don't really know how this is called, I just saw it on her page. Basically, you write something down and then you check which month you would do that. I don't know what was the original idea for me for this. I think I just wanted this page to have it in the planner, but I actually ended up planning what I will buy for my apartment. Here you can see stuff like a couch or washing machine and stuff like that. I didn't actually follow through with this, but I like the idea very much, so I kept it. And because this page is smaller than this one, I decided to here keep it on just one page. Next one. I had this setup where you will have like quarter of the year and then 6 of these like parts. And when I started this bullet journal, I actually did not use it for the whole year. I used it from July. Still, you can use the quarters to plan some stuff. You will just transfer that into the new bullet journal when you have to. But I actually did not really use this too much. Still, I like the concept, so I kept it. Especially now that it's bigger, I think it will be much more useful. This part I did kinda use, but you will see I have basically the exact same page later on for something else. So instead of having like these 2 times, I will just use this one for both of these things. You will see. Next one, we have this page, which is like an ideas page, and as you can see I did use it a little bit here, but this part I did not use as much as the other one. But in my previous video I actually did use it, both of these things, and a lot of it, so I actually kept this. I think this year I will definitely use it because back in the day I usually used it to write down my ideas for my content. Back then it was for the blog or for TikToks and Reels. Right now I'll probably use it for YouTube and probably other social media as well. So this is just for the ideas. Then we have my probably favorite page in the whole bullet journal, which is theme ideas, and then pages for each theme. So basically how this works is on one page here, I just put ideas, I just write them down, and then later when this month comes up or I want to do this certain theme, I would just put like the name of the month that I'm using it on or just like the name of the theme. And then what I do is basically I try out my pencils and washi tape and stuff to see how it all works together. So example, for July, first I tried out some pencils and markers, and then I tried out some washi, and I chose some of these to actually incorporate it into the theme, and I left the rest. We can actually check. So for example, this one was used and this one was used, but this one was not, probably because it was too dark. So that was the idea, like I tried them out, see how they work together, especially with the markers and pencils together, and I then decide which ones I like and which ones I don't like. Again, for this thing, I just write down the ideas, and then these ones are colored because I kind of wanted to see like what is the main color for the theme, because I wanted them to be, I didn't want like to have two similar main colors in a row. In the end, it was not that big of a deal. I actually didn't really mind it, but that's just for me to make it more interesting, because I don't want to look at the same color over and over again each month. So these are the theme ideas. I will copy all of this that I did not do here, and then each month I will work out my theme on this thing. And I actually have like a lot of pages for this because I do use it a lot. As you will see, I can flip it. So I have ghosts, mushrooms for December, then have some random ones, you know, they're just working out the theme and how things work together. Then, as I mentioned, I have one of these like goal pages. As you can see, I actually did not write anything down here besides start a YouTube channel, but I moved that to January. And here I again wanted to put some goals for each month, but I basically forgot to use it. Still, I definitely want to use it, and the idea for me for this year, I basically want to use this page and the previous one like combined, so that I can both put like something I have to do in that month and some of my goals and if I achieve them. So I think because this page is bigger than this one, I can definitely combine it compared to how much I used it. Again, in my previous bullet journal, I did use this page more than what you can see here, but I still really like using it, so I definitely want to use it here. And I don't know if you remember this notebook, which actually has my goals for 2024. So I put it like this. I don't know if you remember, that was my previous video. I put it in here. Just to explain quickly, basically, I kept it here because these are yearly goals. My planner doesn't actually last the whole year usually. It's usually 6 months, but I want my yearly goals all in one place, so it is here. This is like my binder notebook. I will talk about it more in the future. Basically, each month my idea is to take a look at this one and then decide what are my goals for each month. Let's say for my step goal, besides reaching my step goal 85% of the time, I basically want to set a total step goal for the whole month. I don't really write it here. I don't really know what number to write. Maybe I'll do it for next year, we will see. But basically, I will write some of the goals here, and then I will use that to set up my monthly pages. Next, we have this page, which is mood and anxiety. It should be like year in pixels, but the page for me is not exactly the right size. Like I really wanted it to be like this in a month column, but if I made it like half a size, like actual pixels, I think it would be too small. So basically I did this like blocks instead of pixels. And I did mood and anxiety like this. Basically for the mood, I use my monthly trackers to see how I should feel it. And more or less similar with an anxiety, I just write a number on my days. When I have to fill it in, I think it's fine. I don't know how accurate this is, and I don't know if this really helps, but I think if you combine this and then what I use like as a line a day, basically just to see what happened that day, I think you can really see like some sort of pattern, like what gives me an anxiety, what causes it, so maybe I can prevent it or do something about it. But for this year, I decided to put both on one page. Since the page is bigger, it can definitely fit. I decided to set it up like this, so they're both on the same page, and then this is on the bottom. You can see what I also changed is the colors. When I made this one, I did not really know how the colors would look like all together, especially in these ones, and I think I used the colors that are kind of too dark, especially with each other. So for this one, I decided to use most of the bright ones, and for like the worst mood and anxiety, I decided to keep one of the purple one from here because I just really like how it looks together with this one, and it's shiny, so it's like super fun, and that highlighter is really fun to use actually. And if you're wondering what's on this page, it's another thing I introduced in this bullet journal. What is this? Is basically, it's a page where I can do one doodle for something that is really important to me. And I will be completely honest with you, I actually did not use it up until like 5 days ago because I completely forgot. But when I saw that it was empty, I basically decided to go back and read all the line a days and use that to see which doodles I should draw here. And I really enjoyed that process. It's random, like I did not draw doodles in like succession, I just did random ones. And it was really fun to see like, oh, what is this? It reminds me of when we did this and this. Let's take, for example, this one. It's basically when I got my first cactus here. Back in Serbia, I had a lot of cacti, and here I couldn't bring them here. For when I bought my first one, I drew a doodle. It's a super insignificant thing, but when I was reading like my line a day, that really stood out, and I really wanted to draw a cactus. So, and this is the date when I got it. It's not all like good things, some are bad. I know, like for example, this one is for COVID when I got sick, but still it's like something that was memorable for this year, or this one was actually for like 6 months. Again, it's really fun, but I forgot to do it. So basically what I plan to do for this year is I want to try it again. I will do it all on one page, and I will try to do it at least once a month to go back and draw something that reminded me of that day. And basically that's it for the Bujo setup itself. In my old Bujo, this is where the new month starts, and here I did not set up my January yet, but I did want to show you another change that I had to make because my new planner is bigger than the old one. Like, I had to adjust the sizes of certain things, and I made another big change, which is, if you take a look at, let's say, July, you see that my week here was on the right side, and I decided to flip it and see how I like it when it's on the left side, mostly because I really want to start using this to see like what I have to do that entire week, and if I only see it at the end, I kind of forget about it. And that actually means that I also had to do the same for my weekly pages. You can see in my July that the week is on the right side, and here I decided to put it on the left side. Again, we will see if this works out for me or not, but I think it will work out. We will definitely see, and I will adjust if that doesn't work out for the next month. You can see here that because of the size of the page, it was hard to divide it in 4 equal parts, and I decided to do it by making this left and right column a little smaller and go over that, because the other option was to put it all like this, and I didn't really like that. So I decided to try it out like this for this month, and then for next I will see if I like it this way or if I want to make it all smaller. Like on here you can see that I have at least 1 centimeter here, which I did like, but again, it's hard to really make those decisions how much you should leave here or not. And the best thing about the bullet journal is that next month I can change it up and it's completely fine, which is maybe what I do. I will see. If it doesn't work, I will just change. So basically that's it. So this is it. This is how I set up my new bullet journal for 2024, or more precisely for the first 6 months of 2024. And we're unfortunately saying goodbye to this pretty one, but it does contain a lot of memories and we are thankful for that. To be completely honest, I might add more stuff in here for 2024, but not right now, maybe in February, we will see. Right now, to me, it's important that I have the goals page, and then we will see about the rest. That's basically it. This is my 2024. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end. Please consider leaving a like or a comment to help my channel grow, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye! Now the bloopers. Today we will be segging it up. Spoiler alert. Because my new bullet journal is not the exact same size as the old one. Till the end, I really hope. Thank you. And if you haven't already, please, and even subscribing if you haven't already.